welcome back to On Trial. We had a bit of luck last week with Better More, so hopefully we can go through the trials and try and find you a winner or two. We're going to start at the trials at Penrith on September 23. Now this was trial number 4 and it was the win by the Miami Heat. Now the horse is a former Kiwi, it's only had a few runs in Australia, its best performance is a second, but I think on this trial performance it suggests a win is not too far away. The horse was forced to death seat for the first half of the trial, worked to the chair and then went to the lead at about the 1200 metre mark. Now the speed for the first 800 metres was very slow. I think they went through a half in about 6. But I really like the way the horse clicked up from about the 800 metre mark. Final lap was quite good. They went 59.3 for their last 800 metres and home in 29.4. And just having a look in the last little bit, just given a click up and is able to extend quite comfortably and wins it very easily. So I think you'd find that once we see the Miami Heat draw in a pretty weak race, and it can work forward, bully its way to the front, it's going to be winning. So that's definitely one to be watching out of those Penrith trials, the Miami Heat. So that was from Wednesday the 23rd of September. Now let's move forward to the Bathurst trials on Monday. So that was the 28th of September. And we're going to have a look at trial number 2. A mare by the name of Zirconia has only won 2 from 29. And last season she was placed 15 times. But she just struggled to really hit the line. And what I like about this trial is the way she really extends and gets away and wins by a really big margin. Now she's fired off the barrier. She got a big lead in the early stages of the trial, probably was out by 30 or 40 metres as they went through the first 800 metres of the race. They did shorten up that margin. They probably got to within 2 or 3 lengths of her at about the 400 metres. But just watch as Matt Rouge just says, come on girl, let's find another gear. And she's able to do that. And I guess that was a little question mark with Zirconia for me, was how much she wanted to win her races with those 15 placings and just the 2 wins from the 29 starts. But the way she's racing no one in the last 150 metres. She's just racing the clock, and she really puts a head down and wants to find the line. So I think she's going to have a better season this time round. She went at 159 for the mile. The last 800 in a very impressive 27.1 and up the straight in 27.9. So I think Zirconia, once we see her back to the races, that you can follow her with a little bit of confidence, and the Bernie Hewitt camp is having a good run at the moment. Now there's a horse that I want to highlight out of the Menangle trials on Tuesday. So this Blazon and Cullen wins the trial, but I want to highlight the horse that runs second, and I didn't mind the trial of the horse that ran third in the race. Now the horse that runs second is a horse called I'm Alex. The horse won a trial at Penrith the previous week and did a really good job there, and probably has been put up as a horse that races well on smaller tracks because he does handle Penrith so well. But I think this performance at Menangle proves that he's got the speed and the dash to be with them on the bigger track. He is going to race at Menangle on Saturday night in a Nemo heat. He's drawn wide, he's drawn barrier 10, so maybe not Saturday night, but once we see him with a better draw, he might be the way to go. He was able to drop straight in on the leader's back in this trial. He followed the leader for the majority of the trip. He pulled wide. Blazon and Cullen comes to his outside, and they basically worked together. They went the I'm Alex went 155, and Blazon and Cullen just went a fraction faster than that. But the last 800, 57.4, 27.7. Don't miss the run of the third horse here either. Rykov Lee's one for James Rattray. Just runs up onto the back of the first 2 in the last little bit, and James is just sitting there very, very quietly. So Rykov Lee's might be worth one to put in a little black book as well. So out of that, I think I'm Alex. I'm not too sure whether we want to be jumping on from the barrier on Saturday night, barrier 10. But I think once he's had a couple of runs under his belt, we can follow him. And Menangle doesn't scare me with him anymore, despite his love of the smaller tracks like Penrith. So the horses going on trial this week, the Miami Heat from the Penrith trials on the Wednesday. On Monday, I'm really keen on Zirconia. I think she'll have a much better year. She looks like she knows what it's all about now. And I'm Alex from the Menangle trials, and I think you can throw something on Rykov Lee's as well. That's on trial for this week.